In this video, I'm going to show you how to fill out your annual operational plan, or your AOP for short, for your community. The AOP provides an overview of planned activities and expenditures combined into a single document for 1 year. Please note that you may make changes to your AOP during the fiscal year as needed. To begin, you'll need to open your template for the AOP. Once you have your AOP open, you're going to notice 4 tabs: the summary page, the working sheet, the FPE quarterly, and the FPE monthly. We're going to click on the working sheet as this is the tab that we're going to be working with. On the top, you'll notice the organization name. This is where you're going to type your community name. Under the funding stream, under annual allocation, you're going to input how much you receive for your CRF, your EI, and your child care. Once you have done that, we're going to scroll down all the way down to your administration. Administration costs are costs that support the organization. Staff wages and mandatory employment-related costs, MERCs for short, for staff who do not deal directly with clients such as your finance officer. You would split the wages of your finance officer with 3 funding streams: the CRF, EI, and child care. Non-salary operating costs, this would include your rent, utilities such as phone, internet, etc., office supplies, and monthly banking fees for staff that do not work directly with your clients. Contracting and professional service. This refers to contracting in support of administration of the program. Examples would be your bookkeeping, janitorial services, your IT, and your equipment maintenance. Capacity building and staff training. These are for our activities to strengthen and/or enhance the organizational capacity of your administration staff. Communication and marketing activities. These include maintenance of organization website, printing of brochures, newsletters, radio ads, and promotional items such as pins to be distributed at local career fairs and conferences. Travel. These include travel for staff working on the administration of the agreement to participate in capacity building, professional development, staff training, and workshops. Once you have inputted your cost to all the 3 funding streams and to each line that applies to your community, you're going to click on the summary page. I just quickly inputted some numbers, so let's go to the summary page. Under the overall administration percentage, your percentage for administration costs should be no more than 10%. If your administration costs are higher, you need to go back to your working sheet and reduce some of your costs. Once your administration cost is 10% or under, we will continue working on the AOP. Next, we're going to scroll up to the core program services. Core program services are costs directly associated with serving the clients. Salaries and related costs. You would input your staff wages and MERCs for staff who work directly with your clients. Non-salary operating costs such as materials, supplies, telephone, internet, fax, and etc. can be charged to core if these services are available for your client use. Rent includes office space that is used to service clients or classrooms within your current building. Capacity building are for staff whose time and activities can be directly linked to delivering eligible services or programs. This would include employees who deal directly with clients, doing employment counseling, needs assessments, life skills coaching, or case management. Staff travel for outreach services and monitoring purpose of your clients. You will notice I have inputted some numbers. Once you've inputted your cost to the lines that apply to your community under CRF and EI, we will look at partnerships. So we're going to scroll down to the planned partnership development activities. If you have a partnership coordinator, here's where you would put the wages. If you do not, you can allocate some travel funds to here for upcoming meetings you may have with partnerships, education institutes, etc. You will notice I have inputted some funds into the partnership under CRF and EI. Next, we're going to look at the funded program activities. Before we do that, we're going to go back to the summary page to find out how much funds we have left over for CRF and the EI. So to figure that out, you're going to have to take your annual allocation minus your planned expenditures for your CRF and your EI, and you will get a total. Once you have figured out what that amount is, we'll go back to our working sheet and look at the funded programs area. The funded program activities. Projects to support clients in improving their employability. Examples are skills development, group-based programming, target wage subsidy, self-employment, job creation partnership, target earning supplements, program support measures, youth programs, and programs for persons with disability. You are now going to allocate the funds that we figured out when we went back to the summary page to all the categories that apply to your community. Once you have allocated all remaining funds, as you'll notice, I just quickly inputted funds into different areas. Let's go back to the summary page to make sure we have used up all our funds and that nothing is in red for the EI and CRF. So you got to make sure that your annual allocation and your planned expenditures match. Once they do, we are going to go on and finish off the child care. So to figure out how much funds we have left, we're going to take the annual allocation and minus the planned expenditures, and this is going to tell us how much money we have left in child cares. Once you have figured that out, we're going to go back to the working sheet. Once you are back on the working sheet, you're going to scroll down to the child care portion. Under the child care portion, you're going to see salaries and related costs. Examples would be your MERCs and related benefits, your non-salary operating costs, which includes your rent, utilities such as phone, internet, office supplies, your capacity building, which would be your first aid, your CPR, etc., staff travel to attend daycare conferences, workshops, etc., and foods and supplies. With the money you have left over, this is where you're going to split your money into the different categories. Once you have done that, I quickly filled in the funds into the different areas for the childcare. Once you've done that, we are now going to scroll down to the bottom to the funded childcare seats portion. What's the bottom here? So the total number of funded childcare seats. This is where you're going to input the amount of seats your daycare is funded for. So I'm just going to input a number here. Once you've done that, let's go back to the summary page and make sure that these totals match and that this total here is close to 6,500. If it is over, you need to move some money back into administration. Try not to go over the 10%. Next, we're going to look at targets. So we're going to go back to the working sheet and look at the target setting. Targets are operational tools that enable organizations to specify expected results and compare with what will be achieved. In setting targets, you should take into consideration past results or previous experience. How old is the project or program? If the project or program is new and it's in its first year of operation, expectations may be lower. If the program has been running for more than 1 year, what were the results achieved in the last year? Organizational capacity. What is a reasonable target based on the organization's resources, such as funding, staff, and etc., and the current and future labor marketing conditions? Targets will be numeric and specified and are mandatory. So under clients served, this is the number of clients which have been served. A client is counted as served the first time an intervention start date is recorded during a fiscal year. No matter how many interventions a client participates in during a fiscal year, they should only be counted as one client served. Employed, self-employed is the number of clients who have been referred to and participated in a valid intervention and who have found employment. Return to school is the number of clients who have opened an action plan and who have returned to school. So you just have to input some numbers into here, and once that is done, your AOP is now completed. I hope this helps you. Bye.